Hello and welcome to your new OverDrive Marketplace account. This is going to be a very fast video, I hope, explaining to you some of the basics of your OverDrive Marketplace account. So this is your main screen. Up at the top, you're going to see your name and our school district. Over under settings is an important thing to know about. That's where you're going to see your estimated content credit. So when your department or you put in a purchase requisition to OverDrive, that's where you'll see the money that you have available. And once you have a cart, you'll see anything that's on pre-order that you've ordered. And under that is a line for checkout purchase credit. So that's a book that's checked out and is charged per checkout. So that's your available budget for that. On this side, you're going to see search options, so ways you can look for books. Those are mostly for librarians, so top 200 series options, YA options, all that. And then below here is all of the sales and curated content that OverDrive has set up for you in case you want to buy based on those topics. Up at the top is where you'll actually do your searching. So either in the search bar where you put the title, author, information that you know of right there, or through advanced search when you need a very specific or narrow search. And then over here when you want to look for a specific type of book. So you could do this drop-down menu and it'll look for a certain type of book. And this is when we get into some of the jargon. So the first option to search for is a one copy, one user book. So that means there's one copy of the book that can be checked out to one user at a time. A metered access is also considered a one copy, one user book, but it expires after a certain amount of time. So metered access means either it expires after a certain number of months, it could be 12, 24, or it expires after a certain number of checkouts. So that might mean 26 or 56 checkouts, or some of them are combined. So it's either expires in 12 months or within 26 checkouts, whichever one happens first. So that's what metered access means. Cost per circ is what I was talking about up in your budget area. That would be a book that's a charge per checkout item. Simultaneous use is when a whole school could use the book at the same time with no extra charge, and anyone can check it out at any point, and that's what simultaneous use means. And then a class set is different because it's checked out to a specific user for a specific set of time. So that would mean it would go to me. If it were my book that I'm having it checked out to my class, it goes to me and everyone else in my class for a period of, say, 3 months. So that's what each of those circ kind of narrowing means. That's what you do with over here. And then if you were to go into one of the, if you were to search for a book, you can see those options when you get to this screen. So this is, if you were to search for a book or a subject, this is what it looks like when you go. You'll see that on the right-hand side here is the purchase options with cost and then the circulation model. So one user, one checkout. On the left-hand side, you'll see the book and all of its book-related information. So the content access level and, you know, when it was checked out and the text difficulty, all those kinds of things are listed on this side. So when I say content restrictions, that's set up by grade level. So a content restriction would mean anything for juvenile can only be checked out pre-K through 5th grade, and then YA is 6th through 8th. And then young adult and high school levels have wider permissions. So that would be on the left-hand side. So this book has one user or one copy, one user, which means you would have to buy the amount of copies you wanted for your students. If you wanted a whole class set, for instance, you'd have to buy 30. And the same goes for metered access here, which is the one right below it. Metered access, 26 checkouts. You may even see a book that has more than one option. So this is an audiobook. You can tell because it has headphones and it says MP3 and it says one copy, one user for $50, or you could get metered access for 12 months for $25. So sometimes you have to decide which is the best for that book for your class at the time. If you know it's a book that you're going to use every year over and over and over for 30 students, you could buy 30 copies at one user, one copy, one user. Or if you know that you only need one copy and you don't need it for more than 1 year, you get the cheaper one for $25. And you'll see that's common among a lot of different books. And that's where I'm going to stop for right now because that was a lot of information. If you have any questions, you can email me, oshelf@williamsoncentral.org.